Hey dudes, just wanted to give you guys a quick update on my 91 Toyota pickup with the 3.0 liter 3VZE. A little background on it: a couple weeks ago, picked this bad Larry up from a guy. Got him down to $300. He'd been messing with it for about a year and a half and wasn't able to get it running. Thought he had done everything under the sun, got fed up with it, let it sit, and well, here we are. Anyways, $300, and that $15 part ended up being this EFI relay. Picked it up at AutoZone. It's a pretty common part, so they had it in stock. Plugged that thing in, bridged the gap here on the diagnostic panel. That allowed me to make sure the fuel pump is running. Bridged that gap, and then tried to cranked it until it actually started injecting fuel, and it started right up. So yeah, $315 investment. Since this thing had been sitting for about a year and a half, I have a little bit of a mechanical background, not too crazy. I'm not certified or anything, but I do my own maintenance on my own vehicles. So one thing I want to do is definitely change the oil, because it's been sitting for a year and a half. I just didn't want to trust it. So change the oil, and pretty easy to change oil if you don't know what you're doing. This is your oil fill cap. All right, then over here, this is your dipstick. So went ahead, unscrew this, right? Then you're gonna crawl underneath the truck, and you're gonna unscrew that little bolt. Make sure you have something to drain under here. This one's pretty easy, just drains straight out. The oil was pretty old, black, and needed to be changed. So I put some Royal Purple high mileage 10W30 in it, and replace the oil filter as well. Oil filter on this truck is actually located above the oil reservoir. Kind of a pain in the ass to get to if you got big hands, but it just needs to be on there just a little bit over hand tight. I like to drain my oil and then drain this, so unscrewed that. Put the new one on. Make sure when you change the oil filter, you put a light coat of oil on the gasket so it doesn't stick. Also make sure that the previous gasket for the old oil filter is not on there, so you don't get oil leakage. The next thing I did was I flushed the radiator. So first thing you want to do when you flush the radiator is drain out all the old coolant. This guy, previous owner, actually did not have the proper coolant in here, so I wanted to get that out as soon as possible. So drain the coolant. Obviously, this is your radiator cap. Remember, you want to do this when the engine is cold, because the radiator is actually a pressurized system, and this can spray hot fluid all over you, and that's not good, obviously. So you want to go ahead and remove the cap. And then underneath your radiator is going to be some sort of pepcock or drain plug. On this one, it has a plug. Just turn this, pull it out, and then let the coolant out. On other vehicles like my Ford, it's just a pepcock. You twist it, and then the fluid will drain out from another small hole. Just make sure you have something to catch it, and remember that antifreeze is kind of sweet tasting, so don't leave it out, because children and or animals will drink it or attempt to, and that is very poisonous. So after that, you're going to want to fill the radiator with water. It's best to use distilled water, so all the impurities and minerals have been removed from it. Fill that up, and then add your degreaser cleaner for your radiator, and drive around with that for a little while to get the fluid moving throughout the system to clean all the particulates out, rust, and grease from your radiator system. Same thing, just like how you drain it from the beginning. Once you've done that a few times, if you want to, you can do it once, twice, 3 times. You're trying to do a super flush. I know Chris Fix on YouTube has an amazing video about a super flush that I actually follow. I followed a couple times now with a previous vehicle on this one. So he gets that thing nice and clean. So when you want to refill it, just go ahead and buy the antifreeze that your vehicle takes. Obviously look at your owner's manual. If not, in modern vehicles, they'll have a little label on there to show you what type of antifreeze you need, different colors. and then whether it takes straight antifreeze, 50/50, or whatnot, it'll show you in your owner's manual. So again, with filling the radiator, remove this cap. Remember, it is under pressure and the contents are very hot, so make sure the engine is cool. Take this off, fill it with what it needs. This vehicle takes 50/50 of a pink red color antifreeze that I found at AutoZone and actually Amazon as well. They're about the same price, about $1 off. Filled this up. I believe it takes 2.6 gallons, and then fill that up and then turn the vehicle on so that all the bubbles come up to the top, and make sure it's kind of like pressurized, if you will. And then once it was filled, I capped it, and you're all done from there. So with that, that's pretty much all I've done so far in the past couple of weeks in regards to the 91 Toyota pickup. Still want to flush the transmission and the differentials to make sure that they have good fluid in them. And then from then on, moving on to the next big project, see whatever that is. Thanks. Click subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to learn more.